Welcome to today's edition of the Anaglyph Jukebox. You never know what you'll find on the old jukebox. Let's press B31. Okay, we've got Cadillacs and Dinosaurs in 3D by Mark Schultz. Very rarely, a comic book artist comes along with a style in the tradition of the greats of the past and creates something utterly new and exciting. It's even more rare to learn about the moment a young artist has a conversion experience, like Saul on the road to Damascus. Here, Mark Schultz explains what happened to interviewer Monty Beauchamp in the cover-featured interview in the Comics Journal 150, May 1992. Quote, "And at the same time I took in to the first comic shop that had opened in our area 3 boxes of old DCs and Marvels that I wanted to get rid of. I was able to trade all this stuff that I would never look at for a haul of 50 of the original ECs. Not in good shape, but I can look at them. I don't stick them in Mylar and never pull them out again. I use these things for reference. So about 50 of those in 3 or 4 spirit sections. The perfect haul. It changed my life, quite literally. Just sitting down with those things and the great smell of them. Those were the first original ECs I'd ever owned, and it twisted my mind for life. That was it." Appreciation led to emulation as Schultz began to absorb the styles of Frank Frazetta, Al Williamson, Wally Wood, Roy Krenkel, and others outside the comics field like famed illustrator Howard Pyle and master newspaper penman Joseph Clement Cole. Talk about getting religion. The road to Cadillacs and Dinosaurs began in the early 1980s. In fact, that's not even the original name of the series. Schultz imagined a post-apocalyptic world where the giant thunder lizards of Earth's past were once again the dominant life form. Mankind emerges after 500 years from underground bunkers into this brave new world set in the Xenozoic Age. The first published story was Xenozoic in Death Rattle number 8 in 1986. Does anyone remember this classic 1970s underground comic published in the 1980s by Denis Kitchen? How about Insect Fear from Printmin? Kitchen Sink Press began publishing Xenozoic Tales with issue number 1 in 1987. Thank you, Dennis. And so began the adventures of master mechanic Jack Tenrec and scientist and girlfriend Hannah Dundee in the city by the sea, what little remains of Manhattan, and Wassoon, what's left of Washington, D.C. The original series ran for 14 issues and ended in 1996 in the middle of a storyline. Publisher Denis Kitchen. I came up with Cadillacs and Dinosaurs for the first collection. CBS and Tycho liked that title because Xenozoic was not easy to pronounce for most people and too esoteric for a younger audience. The downside was we had to pay General Motors a 6% royalty for using the Cadillacs name. The Jukebox remembers this alternate comic as an instant hit with fans in Manhattan's dimly lit comic shops. The combination of artistic influences and the concept, fleshed out with pulp-style adventures, garnered a lot of attention. Then it began picking up awards. 4 Harvey Awards, 3 Eisner Awards. This ultimately led to an animated series, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, on CBS, a Capcom arcade video game adaptation, a Sega CD home video game version, role-playing games, action figures, and even candy bars in 3 flavors: almond bar, plain chocolate, and crunchy rice bar. The Jukebox, of course, preferred R. Crumb's Devil Girl Choco bars that combined 7 evils in one. They were bad for you. Also, Devil Girl Hot Cinnamon Kisses. Burns good. The 13 episodes of the Cadillacs and Dinosaurs cartoon, produced by Nelvana from 1993, are available for streaming today, and they capture a good deal of the comic in a kid-friendly format. Mark Schultz was kind enough to comment on this segment mid-production. Quote, "I hadn't looked at Roger May's 3D rendering in quite some time. I remember how proud Roger was on the exceptional number of levels that he was able to create for that last panel on page 5. He did a great job on the entire book. The last image in today's show is a real rarity. It's a house ad for Roger May, three-dimensional photography and art consulting aesthetic engineer, and the conversion artist for this issue of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. By the way, the Jukebox considers it one of the very best examples of a modern 3D comic book, with excellent separations, printing, and packaging. But take a look at the bottom left of this ad. Caricatures of Roger May, Denis Kitchen, and Ray Zone chatting about what's next in 3D. It was the work of these three men who introduced the Jukebox to the trickery and deceit of the superbly done anaglyph comic books. A flat piece of paper becomes a portal to multiple dimensions with magic glasses. Surely this is the devil's work, is it not? Either way, thanks a lot, guys.